the Fort Wayne International Airport with an update on what's going on. We have officials with the Fort Wayne Police Department and the Fort Wayne International Airport. So what can you tell us?
Well, a quick update. Yes, we did have an incident this afternoon. We had a bomb threat called in or tweeted in. And then there were some additional things that came in after that turned it into a truly credible threat. Called in our mutual aid, and this guy and his team did a very good job as far as making sure that the threat was not real, and we got operations back to normal around 4:15 this afternoon.
Again, any more information about this idea of the person who might have brought in this threat, whether or not they were a part of this this package?
It appears at this time that the individual who wanted to get off the aircraft was also the individual who had the bag, but there were some coincidences there that don't appear to be in line with any intent to harm or any credible damage or bomb threat or anything.
Anything linking that guy to the tweet?
No, at this time we didn't get the tweet. The tweet came in through the TSA, or they're the ones who saw it. So the airport is going to continue its investigation on that matter and work with the TSA as far as what's going on with that tweet. What's the follow-up with that? So that investigation is ongoing.
So I assume that the person who wanted off the flight, was there I don't know if interrogation is the right word, but an opportunity to sit down and speak with that person, is that right?
I don't believe it's going to be an interrogation because his bag was benign. There is going to be an opportunity to have some follow-up, some questioning, and I think that's happening as we speak.
Did he honestly think he was going to be able to get off the plane and change his flight?
Well, that's not unusual. People, if something comes up, they can get off, and normally when you get off, we take the bag off as well. That is not an anomaly in itself.
Okay, Jeremy, can we ask you real quick if you can inch over a little closer about the bomb squad, Fort Wayne Police Department's bomb squad in this?
Yeah, in these situations, our HDU unit, our hazardous disposal unit, responded to this to help with determining that the threat was not legitimate. And along with that, we have two canine bomb dogs that also assisted, and then our operations officer showed up to kind of help secure the perimeter so nobody's coming into the potential danger zone. So when we have these bomb threats, our unit responds pretty much all over northeastern Indiana. So they're pretty busy, not just Fort Wayne.
Walk us through what happens next with the investigation and the airport. How delayed are the flights right now?
Well, the flights are not on schedule. Some flights, all the flights got in. Nothing was delayed at the gate from a different airport coming. But as soon as we opened, obviously the aircraft that came in that were on the airfield had a taxi to the ramp. Passengers had to get off. Once we opened the terminal building, the passengers all had to go through a screening. So the delay, once we open, it's 35, 40 minutes, and we'll be back up and operational. Again, no flights were delayed at a different airport or held to be before they could be released to come to Fort Wayne. So the impact is insignificant here at Fort Wayne. There are probably going to be some passengers, and I don't know this, but I'm assuming there will be some passengers who have really tight connections and will have to be rebooked at their connecting airport to get to their final destination. The airlines are quickly working on that as soon as we could open the airport or terminal building back up.
Anything you learn in this? Is there something, obviously these kinds of events are opportunities to try to see how you did or did something well or not? What could you say in that regard?
Actually, the best part of this incident it was a non-event. It was a great event, and one that we did learn is not learn, but what we practiced was the benefit of having a great partnership with the city, the mutual aid. There's a lot of things that we can't do. The airport authority does not have a explosive dog. The city has that, so the relationship that we have with the city police department is excellent. It's outstanding. Would have been a different environment if we didn't have that today.
That leads me to my question. Did you guys have to use the dog or a robot or something like that? And what kind of quarters was the bag in?
As far as the specifics, I don't know. I believe the bag was already determined before our HD unit was notified. So they used a device to screen it to see that it was non-hazardous. As far as if they used it to play the dogs, I don't know if they did in this situation.
So what's next in the investigation?
Well, the investigation will be going with our police department and the TSA, but there's, the details of that I'm not probably, at this time I'm not inclined to know what that is, but nor am I able to speak to that. That will be through our police department and the TSA. We'll work through those challenges.
And talk to me about the importance
in Fort Wayne. So Fort Wayne's a great community. It's a small town. I do believe everybody has that theory of do the right thing. So I don't think anybody in our community, our region, is going to, blow it off, if you will, not to emphasize those words. But again, I think the key is having partnerships. The city of Fort Wayne did an excellent job. They responded quickly. They helped traffic. They helped manage our staff, keeping them. We actually did really well as far as I had admin staff that went out and got bottles of water. So the customers that were out in the parking lot for an extended period of time, we did the very best that we could to accommodate them while we, for that about that 2-hour period where we had the terminal closed. So at the end of the day, it's great partnerships and with our partners, as well as at the end of the day we're all Fort Wayne residents. We get along with each other. We know how to do it, and we have some level of understanding when we have things that are somewhat out of our control, and it's how we react to those is what makes Fort Wayne great.
And I've got video of jets circling and landing at about the same time. Is that connected, or is that just the
That is not connected.
National Guard?
Throughout the entire incident, the airfield never closed down. We were always open.
Okay.
Aircraft were coming and going. The terminal was closed and the terminal ramp. So the aircraft that would normally operate on the terminal ramp, the air carrier passengers, we closed that down because of the threat. But whether it was the Air National Guard or the Aero Center, the cargo, everybody kept operating.
Okay. And no flights were canceled. Outgoing flights were canceled.
No flights were canceled.
Okay.
Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of a delay just because of the time where we had to have the terminal building, but no flights were canceled.
Great. Thank you so much.
Is there any